Welcome to Drum Corps Central, a podcast. I'm a 13-year-old drum corps superfan who loves all forms of the marching arts. Thanks for watching the podcast today. There will be an almost daily episode of this podcast recapping the previous night's drum corps scores and looking ahead. First, before we begin talking about 2018, let's take a look back at last year. The Blue Devils got their 18th Drum Corps International World Championship trophy in Indianapolis in August with a score of 98.537. Their arch rivals all season long was Santa Clara Vanguard, who came home with a 97.6 on finals night, just almost a point behind the Blue Devils. Third place was Carolina Crown, just like in 2016. They scored a 96.575 in finals in 2017. In fourth place, the Cavaliers upset the Bluecoats on finals night with a 95.2. Bluecoats just not even a tenth back with a 95.162. Pasta Crusaders finished sixth with a 92.963. The Cadets came home seventh with a 91.675. The Blue Knights were eighth with a 90.4. Phantom Regiment came home ninth with an 88.125. The Blue Stars were 10th with an 87.938. The Crossmen came home 11th with an 86.825, and the Madison Scouts were 12th with an 85.25. Over an open class last season, the Vanguard Cadets captured another championship trophy with an 80.725 on open class finals night in Michigan City. Blue Devils B came home second with a 79.625. The Legends edged out Music City for the bronze medalist spot in third with a 77.25. Music City finished fourth with a 76.763. The Spartans were fifth with a 75.925. The Louisiana Stars were sixth with a 73.213, their best finish ever. Seventh was Gold with a 72.75. Seventh Regiment was eighth with a 72. Ninth was Southwind in their return to World Championships with a 70.125. The Guardians were 10th with a 69.737. River City Rhythm came home 11th with a 67.688. And the Raiders were 12th with a 64.975. Now let's start talking about 2018 and this season. First, the off-season competition rules changes made by DCI in January. Before, performance order of shows was decided from the previous year's score. That would happen all season long. Now, that rule from before still covers up until July 21st. But after that date and the Southwestern Championship in San Antonio, that show will decide on this process for the rest of the season. So that's the first rules change. The next rules change is that before, Drum Corps International maximum membership for each participating corps was 150 members. Now, each corps may have 154 performing members on the field, a slight change, but a notable change. And lastly, before, there was only one music analysis judge on the judging panel. Now, starting this year, at larger events, there will be a second music analysis judge, one that is focused on percussion and one that will be focused on brass. The percussion music analysis judge would be that percussion ensemble judge from years past, but there is no longer a percussion ensemble judge. That judge will be a percussion-focused music analysis judge. Meanwhile, the previous music analysis judge will still be focused on brass. Now let's keep the focus on this year and talk about the 2018 Flow Marching streaming schedule. You can stream any of these shows that I will talk about on Flow Marching all summer long. The first two shows are this Saturday, June 23rd. The first is DCI West in Stanford, our first look at those corps out west, and then Innovations in Brass Akron in Akron, Ohio, the Bluecoats home show. Then next Friday, June 29th, will be DCI Central Indiana. Saturday, July 30th, will be Drum Corps at the Rose Bowl on Flow Marching. The following weekend, Saturday, July 7th, we'll have DCI Minnesota And then the following night, Sunday, July 8th, DCI Orlando. The following weekend, Saturday, July 14th, we have Drums Along the Rockies. And on Sunday, we have the Midwestern Championship in St. Louis, a brand new event to the DCI Tour this season. Continuing on the streaming schedule, Thursday, July 19th is DCI Central Texas in Belton, Texas. Saturday, July 21st, the show we just talked about before, the Southwestern Championship in San Antonio. Then the following week, on Saturday, July 28th, the Southeastern Championship in the brand new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Then Sunday, July 29th, Night Beat Tour of Champions in Winston-Salem. The following weekend, Friday and Saturday, is the Eastern Classic DCI East, Day 1 and 2 on Friday and Saturday. And then we begin Championships Week, the Open Class Championship Prelims and Finals on Monday, August 6th and Tuesday, August 7th. And then World Class Championship Prelims, Semis, and Finals Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Indianapolis. Just a quick note, the World Class Championship Prelims telecast that will include all but the top 15 quarters, which will be broadcast in movie theaters across the country. Now it's time to see what the world-class drum corps are going to be bringing to the field this season. So let's go through a few of their productions. First, the Blue Devils, Dreams and Nighthawks, based on a painting by Edward Hopper. We have the Bluecoats down here, the 2016 champions, with a production called Session 44, mostly jazz music in that production. The Boston Crusaders, after their big rise last year, bring SOS to the field this season. The Cadets bring the Unity Project, Carolina Crown with Beast, the Cavaliers with On Madness and Creativity, and then you see some of the others also here. Moving on to some of the other corps, the Madison Scouts, they bring Heart and Soul, trying to move up the rankings this year, as all of these corps are trying to do. The Mandarins, after a groundbreaking season last year, moving all the way up to 13th, just on the brink of finals, bring Life Right After to the field this season. Santa Clara Vanguard, so close to winning last year, bring Babylon to the field, and Phantom Regiment right here with This New World. Now let's talk about what the Open Class Drum Corps are going to be bringing to the field this season. First with 7th Regiment. They have a production called In a Different Light. Blue Devils B, the silver medalists from last season, have the other side that they will have as their production this season. Gold, a frequent Open Class finalist, has Through Our Eyes as their show title this year. Golden Empire, Hear Our Voice, and Heatwave, The World Keeps Spinning, come to Open Class Championships for the first time this season. And then as we continue on, Legends, they've been on the uprise the past few seasons, have Along Came a Spider as their show production. The Louisiana Stars had their best finish ever last year with 6th. They have Redemption coming to the field this season. The Spartans, also a frequent top 5 finisher in Open Class. They will have Da Vinci's Workshop as their show title this year. And then finally, the Vanguard Cadets, Off the Wall is their show title. They are the defending Open Class champions. And finally, with talking about 2018 productions, we're going to talk about the international group coming to the championships this year. U-Ball from over in the Netherlands. They will bring Vincent, the Beauty of Madness, to the field this season. Now, another topic about each drum corps shows, the uniform designs for each corps. These are some of the ones we've seen so far. We see Phantom Regiment right here, Carolina Crown over here with a new and innovative uniform this season. The Blue Knights up here. The Troopers have 2 different uniforms that they will have in their show. The Cavaliers, they go from this black uniform to this blue and green uniform as the show progresses. The Sacramento Mandarins, they switch to Fruhoff uniforms this season. They will bring this uniform to the field this season. The Blue Stars, with the Once and Future Carpenter, that's their uniforms, and the Academy with Academic, those are their uniforms. Those are just some of the many new uniform designs we're going to see this season in Drum Corps. And now just a few things before we finish the season preview episode of Drum Corps Central, a podcast. Make sure you're checking out drumcorpscentral.weebly.com. That is my website that you'll see leaderboards, scores, the show productions, the uniforms, and the podcasts, and all that fun stuff on there for both DCI and DCA. Twitter at Drum Corps Geek and Instagram at Drum Corps Geek, and then YouTube Drum Corps Central, where this will be posted. So thank you for watching today. I'll be back with another episode of Drum Corps Central, a podcast later on.